one can only assume that if Nadine Dorries is trying to kickstart her career, having had a disaster as a failed minister, if Boris Johnson is trying to kickstart his career, having had a failure as a failed prime minister, and of course, in the case of Nadine Dorries and Boris Johnson, they're doing it together on some sort, well, not exactly on national television, on Talk TV. They're doing it together this evening, and they're comparing Rishi Sunak to a submarine with his snorkel up or something. I don't quite understand. But if Matt Hancock is trying to restart his career, if Nadine Dorries is trying to copy Matt Hancock, and Matt Hancock is turning up on Good Morning Britain with what's her name, Susanna Reid, and making such a pig's ear of the effort, then Nadine Dorries probably just better give up, because I think when it comes to brains, Matt Hancock probably has a few more, but he doesn't seem able. He doesn't seem able to string a sentence together any more coherently than Nadine Dorries. You know, basically, these failed ministers are not going to restart their career, particularly not while they're still taking the cash for being in Parliament. They're still being paid 70 odd grand simply for doing that job, and meanwhile they're taking on other jobs. They're hedging their bets that they're not going to get elected again, and they're desperate for some future. They think, what can I do? What can I do? Well, I can appear in front of the public. Yes, but every time they appear in front of the public and try and defend their appalling behaviour as politicians, they fail. They fail dismally. So the only conclusion we can take is that Matt Hancock, for example, just enjoys pain. The pain of being on a television screen looking uncomfortable. In front of Susanna Reid, she's asking him, did you break the law? Did you know you were breaking the law? Yes, the law was in force on the day when you were busy in the stationery cupboard fumbling for a pencil fumbling for an HB pencil with a rubber on the end with Gina Coladangelo. Did you break the law? Yes. And Hancock is saying, well, he only broke the guidelines. No, he broke the law. I can't remember. I don't have the dates in front of me. So she provides the dates. No, it's round and round and round on the same issue. Why? Because there's nothing else that we are interested in. Matt Hancock is not a person of interest. Matt Hancock's only interesting feature is his fumbling in the stationery cupboard with Gina Coladangelo. That is the way he's going to go down in history, in much the same way as Boris will go down in history and mostly remembered for going down on the sofa that needed cleaning afterwards. That is all these people are going to be remembered for. Their frolics and their foolishness, because they have done nothing else. And they cannot start a media career based on trying to hide the only thing that is interesting about them. That is the only thing we are interested in. Unless they deal with that, we will switch off in droves. They have no pulling power, because the only thing that is remotely interesting is the way that they pulled in the first place. And why did they do that? Because they were suffused with the aura of power. Take that power away, and they can barely fumble for a used pencil, let alone something which is pointed and ready and poised and equipped in the stationery cupboard. I think power does bring some sort of allure. And once that power is stripped away, that allure disappears quicker than, quicker than anything. Reality TV is not a way to kickstart a failed career, unless you've got something else to offer. Sargent has got a brain. Sargent was great on Strictly Come Dancing. Ed Balls, similarly. There was something to kick-start there. Julian Clary, similarly, something to kick-start. But there is nothing left of Matt Hancock. There is nothing left of Nadine Dorries. And let's face it, there is nothing left of Boris.